Hey everyone, I'm Almar of almarsguides.com, and in this video here, I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about my main base in Kenshi, why I set it up the way I did, what I have in this base, and just basically give you an information dump about bases in Kenshi. So this base is the famous Fog Islands base in Kenshi. If you Google about bases in Kenshi, it's almost impossible to find a list that doesn't have the Fog Islands base on the list. It's a little bit northeast of Mongrel, just south of Obedience, and there's this plateau you can build on, and as you can see here, that is really, really big, and you can build a ton of stuff here. So what I have, when I first build a base in Kenshi, it has to, or rather I should say my first base in Kenshi, my first big base, has a few qualifications it needs to meet. It needs iron, copper, and good farming. And that's because iron is for raising my weapon skill, raising my armor smithing skill, and raising a bunch of other trade skills that require iron. Crossbow making requires iron, as well as robotics. You could do that here if you want, or you could do that at another base, but you need high iron production. Copper production for electrical components and other crafting materials that require copper. And I also like to find an area that is split between one or two things. Sometimes I'll settle on a swamp where it's swamp/arid, but up here it is actually 100% arid, but you can also grow green products here. Let me actually prospect to show you in a second. So it says, actually it does say half green, half arid. And also where these characters are standing, they're standing in a spot with less than optimal fertility in this little valley. On these hills here, there's better growing area as far as I remember. It might not be actually that way because it says 100 fertility when I check here, so that's fine. Also, as you can see, it's very good stone. Either way, you can just import building materials if you want. The only thing that this location lacks is water, but actually, if you build wells down here, you can get 100% water efficiency. Also down here is 100% water efficiency, and this is also where the 2 copper deposits are for this base. Right now, I am manually gathering water. Once my wells get full, I drag the water out like you see me doing right here, which allows me to swing through later on and pick up all the water with one character, and then I'll just allow him to basically go offload all the water in base. Also, you'll see I have a character here named Ivermectin, which is my Garu. He kills all of the fogmen that come through this area. As you can see, a whole corpse yard of fogmen. He's basically just the front base guard, and he takes out all of the fogmen. As you can see, a group of fogmen running up here after Thumper. Not with Ivermectin on watch duty. I could technically build mounted crossbows on this wall, and then I could build this wall in such a way that it would be a kill box for any enemies that were running up here towards my front base entrance. But I don't find fogmen to be that challenging of enemies, so I don't bother doing that. Now, as for the rest of my base, let me go through a little bit and explain. This is my weapon slash armor crafting area. I have armor chests in here, as you can see, which are getting full. One thing I like to do is I like to go through everything that was crafted and find the masterwork items and drag them out and throw them on the ground. That way I can come through and pick them up later. When nothing is masterwork and it's full, I do this, dismantle and destroy it. That way I don't have to be bothered with selling each item individually or offloading the entire crate to get rid of everything. I find this just works better. That one's basically full, so we'll just dismantle it. Because what I'm aiming for, this is I've actually made I don't need just random gear anymore. I want the best quality of gear, so I want masterwork. Every one of my characters is already in specialist gear, so really all I care about is masterwork, which is basically to say I'm saving the masterwork gear and destroying everything else. Also, I destroy stuff too when I'm still leveling up the trade skills. I actually had a building over here. You can see some of the building materials still around, and I had all armor and weapon stands in that building. I filled them all up, then I just destroyed the entire building because it was an easy way of getting rid of all of the crap that I don't need. You can see I have tons of storage around here for steel bars, iron plates, iron ore, basically everything. This building here is my cloth armor / leather armor production building. I have a whole bunch of leather turtlenecks being made in here for similar reasons, waiting until they get to masterwork. And then we can destroy the stockpile like this. Also, all of my hemp is stored on top of this building, as you can see. And I'm starting to fill up with hemp again. I also have a hemp production inside of that building, my drug production. This building makes a whole bunch of bread. Also, it has all of the auto looms for fabric and cotton. This is my cooking building. This is where everybody goes to cook, and all of my food is stored, as well as all of my green fruit and cactuses. Some hydroponics, as well as green fruit storage. Also, this is where all of my crafting is done upstairs. Med kits are made up here. Electrical components, basically everything. Also, leather and leather hide storage around the side. And then this last building right here is my general storage / beds. And then, of course, as you can see, I have all of my farms around the area. I also have my main battery building. And that's really all there is to my first base. It's a pretty standard base. I started this before I had the largest building outpost thingy-majiggers. As you can see, I have a size 2 building here. The other ones are snail houses, which they come with the large building shell research. But that's all there is to it. Hopefully this, well, actually, I guess I could explain more. How long has this video been going on? 6 minutes? Yeah, I can go on. There's a few things I can go in depth. I thought we were already at like 15 to 20 minutes. There's a bunch I can actually teach you guys about bases. So the first thing is, you'll notice sometimes there's a lot of bugs that happen with characters, like Rain the Giant. You'll see he's running around with 1,000 bread, basically. And you're wondering, why is he running around with 1,000 bread? Well, you see the character's kind of dumb. See how all of this bread storage is empty? It's because my characters actually go out of their way to not store bread. Like if I start depositing bread on Rain the Giant, he will go around and collect the bread. Let me show you. Let me see if I'll actually do it for the purposes of the video. So I just deposited a bunch of bread. Let me see if he actually collects it. Yarick is picking it up. He just stopped there and he picked it up. As you can see, he picked a few of it up. I don't know why they do that. They just like carrying around a ton of bread. Yarick, it actually makes sense that he does it because he needs it for cooking, but I don't know why he pulls out way more than he needs all the time. But, however, you can use that to your advantage because there's no way to fix that. That's a bug in the game. Your characters are always going to do that. But you can raise strength by leaving all of that crap on him. As you can see, he's running around. He's raising strength. He has 96 strength because he runs around with crap in his inventory all the darn time. So that is one of the little tips and tricks you can do. Yun, as you can see, he probably has bread. Yeah, he has bread and he has 100 water too. Because why not carry 100 water, right? And these aren't the only characters that do it. You also have issues like this. You can see Beep. He's just chilling. And Beep is just chilling because he doesn't know how to deliver what he has in his inventory. So he's got green fruit just chilling in his inventory, and watch. See how he started moving again? Let me see if I can break him. Yep, I broke him again. I take the green fruit out of his inventory and he runs back to the farm. If I do the water, it's nothing. Green fruit, run back to the farm. I don't know why they do that. That's another thing. Dr. Chung is broken in the same way. He's got green fruit in his inventory. If I take it out, he goes back. He also has a bunch of bread in his inventory too for similar reasons. He takes bread out and just hangs onto it and does nothing with it. These are the things that happen when you have a base. And also these are the things that happen when you have characters set to do more than one thing at a time. Like as you can see, I have Dr. Chung. He's set to not only farm, but he's also set to use the bread oven as well as hauling to storage. So I think somewhere in there he gets broken trying to do 2 tasks at once, although I'm not entirely sure. Lytelthorpe, I think, okay, wait. Yeah, he gets broken. Sometimes they get broken like this too, where they're constantly trying to pull water out of their, or try to pull an item out of storage and they're putting it in their inventory over and over and over. And see how I just unbroke them? I have no idea why that happens either, but it does. And the point of me showing you all of this is actually to endorse the 256 squad member add-on / mod. And the reason for this is your characters will get broken and do stupid stuff all the time So it's very, very hard to have a very efficient base unless you have a squad unless you have a squad limit of like 256. If you have a squad limit of 256, then you can have enough characters to where it doesn't matter if one breaks doing something stupid as long as the rest are still working. And that's something that you'll need to keep an eye out for and pay attention to. Characters will end up getting stuck and doing stupid stuff and being broken quite often in this game because the AI is very poorly coded. But at least the game is still fun, so there is that. But anyway, that is really all I can think about sharing with you guys. I went through basically all of my base, gave you all the information you needed to know. Also gave you a few tips of how to raise strength while you have a base. If you are specifically aiming to raise strength on one character, have a lot in their inventory like this, a lot of bread. And then what you could do is also use this corpse furnace right here. If you tell them to collect bodies and incinerate them at the corpse furnace, while they have a lot in their inventory, they'll get an even greater strength bonus, XP bonus, when they're carrying around a body on their back. So that's pretty much all there is to it. Hopefully this video helped you guys out. Leave me a like if it did, and I will catch you guys around in future Kenshi videos. Peace.